hasil penelitian yang kita lakukan menolak dari logik atau teori yang kita gunakan. Itu apakah kesalahan di hipotesis, penentuan hipotesis, atau bagaimana? Itu ada 2 soalan. Dan yang terakhir saya rekomen untuk yang di Indonesia, ini ada buku SEM, bagus.
Okay.
Buku ini
The first question. The first question by Bapak Agustian, Mr. Agustian, is that about the pilot study. Okay, if you have questionnaire you have it from Adopt and Adapt, okay, from the other author. First, what you should do is a pre-test. Pre-test means you have to get the questionnaire. You have to go and discuss. You have to conduct some interview, at least with the 5 expertise. Maybe 3 from academician, 2 from the industry, and then check the questions that either they cover all the variables, all the information from the industry, and then from the academics point of view. So that's called pre-test. Pre-test is for fees validity. Pre-test is for fees validity because, as I mentioned to you, we have to measure or to calculate reliability and then validity. Okay, fees validity is buying the pre-test. In Malaysia, when you are using the questionnaire, you must conduct first pre-test because to get the feasibility. You have to mention in your chapter 3, you have done in your pre-test and who is your expertise. No need to mention name, but you just mention Mr. A, B, C, D, E. That's all. But we need to know either you have done your pre-test by conducting the interview, 2, 3 expertise from academic, 2 from industry. Industry means that the people on that particular field. Okay. After you conduct the pre-test, you change words or you change something, a meaning, or you change the questions, okay, according to their suggestion. And then after that, you conduct the pilot study. You conduct the pilot study. And the pilot study, more or less, based on literature mentioned, more or less is about 30 minimum numbers. The pilot study is your real respondent. Ask them to answer your questionnaire and then see what they comment about your questionnaire. Maybe they agree with it or they don't understand about it. They ask for changing some words, some more. You also have to report in your chapter 3. Okay? After you get result from your pilot study, you can also calculate your reliability because the minimum number to run very good reliability is n equal to 30. So you run respondent using the very simple SPSS, calculate reliability based on pilot study. After you finish pre-test and then the pilot test, after that, your questionnaire is good already, you can go to the field to collect the real respondent. The real respondent cannot be the respondent during your pilot study. Cannot be. So you have to get another respondent to answer it. Okay, what is the number? The number is based on the calculation by many ways how to calculate the number of sample. Okay, one of it, the famous one, is a G-power analysis. G-power analysis, if you check through the Mr. Google, okay, they bring you to the web of G-power and then you fill in all the particular you want. The G-power will calculate to you what is the best number of N sample. So that's the step in questionnaire. First, you adopt and adapt the questionnaire. Second, you conduct the pre-test. Okay, you conduct the pre-test to a minimum 5, 3 academic, 2 industry. And then you conduct the pilot test, pilot study. After they both been covered, by pre-test and pilot test. After that, you get very solid questionnaire. You get a very good questionnaire. After you get a very good questionnaire, you go to the ground. You go to the ground to collect from the real respondent based on the number. I want to share with you the reality happen on the ground is that you cannot get the minimum number. The minimum number of based on the calculation by Craigie and Morgan table or by G-power analysis, you cannot get it. So what happened, normally the researcher called inflated sample. Inflated sample means that in the literature said you are allowed to increase the number of questionnaire to 40% to get very good response. Okay, that is called inflated sample. Okay, inflated sample. For example, like when you calculate using a Craigie and Morgan table, you need 320 respondents. Okay, you cannot, I would suggest don't distribute only 320. You distribute 320 and then increase another 40% to the respondent. Okay, it means that you will get a good response because in Malaysia, I don't know, Indonesia, not many wants to answer your questionnaire. Okay, and sometimes you also can use, I don't mention in our lecture, is that you can also use online. Okay, online. You can send your questionnaire to online using the Google form, and then the responder will answer it. But there is a free web here called surveymonkey.com. Surveymonkey.com, you can using their survey, but I think they have very minimal number, or you can pay very, very cheap there. Ask them using their server, ask respondent to answer through surveymonkey.com. And then they just click, and then you get the response. During my time in the year 1990s, we have to do a real questionnaire and then sending by post and then ask them to return it back. We give them a stamp, and then we put the self-addressed envelope. Again, they post back the questionnaire to us during my time in 1990s doing the PhD. But now people don't want to use post already. People use online because very cheap. Okay, and the third one for Indonesian, please follow the Pat Agustian suggestion. How much the cost of the book?
Saya lupa sebab beli di 2014 lalu. Di sini juga Hair juga ada.
So berapa harga?
Kita 50.000 dulu, 50.000 rupiah.
50.000 rupiah itu murah, ya, murah. Kalau di Malaysia buku-buku begini mahal. Yang selalu kami dapat adalah cari buku internet free. Okay.
Sebab diskon dulu student.
Oh, I see. Okay, very good. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, for our Indonesian brothers and sisters, we settled already. You have a good book for PLS. Okay, keep learning about it. Play around with the software, play around. Don't wait until you collect the data. So play around. Okay, so please use it because I would say that for PhD in Malaysia, if you are using the survey, PLS SAM is the must. Is the must. So you cannot forget about how to use it. Okay, thank you, Agustian. Okay, we are finished on time. Any more questions? I foresee brother.
Rani, bro.
Yeah. Okay, Rani first, okay?
Okay, Prof. I think it's not exactly question, but how to choose how to use PLS or SAM or SPSS or how about in UMK? What's the preparation to use SAM or PLS or SPSS?
Okay, thank you. So normally, what we really need to know before we want to use which method is we have to check either the data is normal or not.
Okay.
Okay, SPSS, I would see SPSS is only for the beginning of your research. Before
Okay.
you run it using the SPLS, using the PLS or SAM, you must use SPSS first. Okay, after that you run the PLS or SAM. But to use the PLS, okay, the requirement is much easier because you don't need the normal data.
Okay.
Okay, you don't need a normal data. It means that you don't need to transform the data. But for SAM, you need the data normal and the N is very big. So don't worry about it. You test it, but I would say that PLS is much better than SAM because the requirement to use it is much easier compared with the minimum requirement of the SAM.
The data.
Okay, so please use PLSS. Okay,
PLS ya.
okay.
Okay.